ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. The Bahamas Lawn Tennis Association's Junior National is coming to a close today at the National Tennis Center. Amajal Knowles was there.
Take it to the court as the BLTA wrapped up its Junior National Tennis Tournament in conjunction with the Byron Ferguson Foundation today at the National Tennis Center. Several new champions were crowned. Before we take a look at the winners, organizer Wesley Roll wrapped up this week's event.
I like what I'm seeing in the lower ranks, in the 8s and in the 10s, because we need to build that base so we're getting more kids coming into the game at the lower levels. The 12s and the 14s are very competitive. I would have hoped to have gotten more in the 18s, but you know, we're trying to rebuild and get more kids involved in the game.
And based on the performances, Roll saying the future of tennis is indeed bright.
Sydney Clark is just at the top of her game at the moment, and probably one of our biggest prospects in terms of women's tennis. Gabriella Sims lost to her, but even Gabriella is playing extremely well, and she would probably even improve as she goes along within the next year or two. In the boys, we saw Danelli Notich defeating Kofi Bo. That was interesting. So these players are promising, and while that's all good, we're still hoping that we can get more players entering the game and seeking scholarships and stuff like that, so we can develop and eventually get a better Davis Cup team.
Now, the tournament would conclude with its award ceremony that saw several trophies handed out to athletes after they bared some various serious heat to walk away kings and queens of the court.
I feel really good. I was excited when I won, and I was really proud of myself because I went out there, I was focused, and I delivered.
It just feels good knowing that the practice pays off and I was able to put it into my game and win the tournament. I was just making sure that I stayed calm throughout the tournament and was able to play my game and was able to pull out through and win it.
It was a tough match in the finals. I just, in the second set I was down, but I just pushed myself to, and tried my best.
Now, next up for most of the prospects is the ITF Junkanoo Bowl that will take place right here at home. For ZNS Total Sports, I'm Amajal Knowles.
7 student athletes from St. Augustine's College have received Division I scholarships to further their education through the sport of track and field. Sprinter Adrian Curry is on his way to the Ohio State Buckeyes. Distance runner Sasha Knowles taking her talents to Clayton State in Georgia under the tutelage of our very own Chris Brown. Quarter miler Raymond Oriaki heading to the Pitt Panthers. Fellow quarter miler Megan Mosh joining Golden Girl Debbie Ferguson at the University of Kentucky. Venetia Adderley, she's joining a long list of Bahamians who have attended Purdue. Oral Roberts, a preferred destination for Bahamian track and field athletes, and Laquel Quinte will join that group. As for hurdler Oscar Smith, he is off to Kansas State.
From grade 7, when they came in, they were a special group that was on the honor roll, and throughout the years, they've been pretty determined and pretty persistent at what they did.
I expect to improve my times in the 400 meters, study hard, contribute to the team as best as I can, and just be my best overall.
It's truly a great opportunity to get a scholarship to go and learn for free and also compete in the sport in which I love.
My expectations are to go there to get my degree and to also pursue my career in athletics. Hopefully, I will make it to the big stage and go professional.
I'll be comfortable with all the teammates because they're very welcoming and warm and kind-hearted. So I feel as though I won't be afraid to pursue my athletic and academic career there.
My expectations going into Oral Roberts University is to lower my times, further my jumps, break a couple of school records while I'm there, and maybe even national records.
The Bahamas Aquatics Federation naming its team for the CC Can Water Polo Championships July 4th through the 8th in Barbados. Representing the 242 will be Damian Gibson, Lauren Bain, Jakai Gray, Gabrielle Sastre, Alex Turnquest, Nicholas Wallace-Whitfield, Aiden Johnson, Jelani Grant, Gabby Ensenar, Oliver Roberts, Dominic Benaby, Jaden Seymour, Dominic Demerit, and Aiden Burrows. Isaac Bastian just finished up with his freshman season with the Florida State Seminoles swim team. FSU head coach Neil Studd followed Bastian home last weekend for the Bahamas Aquatic Federation Nationals.
My guys that are all here are pretty much unrested. Hopefully people like Isaac Bastian going to bigger meets this summer. Will Pisani going to World Championships for Canada. So this has just been kind of a fun meet for them to kind of tune up, and you know, we're not that far away, so we thought this was a more fun place to come than some other places in the U.S. So we love coming down here. I've been down here before with some kids, and it's always fun to come back.
Tell me what's been like working with Isaac. Obviously, he's one of the better swimmers in the region.
You know, he had a great year for us. I would say Isaac has everything it takes, and I don't use that loosely. He's talented, he has speed, but he has work ethic, he tries hard, and he's just a pleasure to be around. So honestly, I got big plans for him and his future, and hopefully for you guys as country too, because I think he has everything he needs to be really great.
All right, just tell me a bit about your evaluation of the talent amongst the Bahamian swimmers. Obviously, the Bahamas has kind of cemented itself as the power swimming program in the region, winning Carifta again.
You know, obviously, with people like Joanna Evans and people like that here, they've always got superstars. You know, I can see that there's talent in the younger kids too, and so I'm always kind of keeping an eye out in case anybody wants to get a scholarship and come swim at Florida State. So there's plenty of talent. I just think hopefully they can follow in the footsteps of like the Joanna Evans and the Isaacs and really put in the hard work, because I think that's what it takes to get to the next level.
A night of home runs for our minor league baseball players. First up in the Arizona League, Keith Ron Moss hitting his first of the season, a 2-run shot in the bottom of the second inning, but that came in a losing effort as the Rangers were doubled up 10-5 by the Cubs. Elsewhere, Christian Robinson 1 for 5, also hitting his first long ball of the season, a 2-run shot in the top of the first to help the Hillsborough Hops shut out Salem 7-0. Trent DeVoe with his first home run of the season as well, a solo shot in the fourth, all part of a 2 for 5 night. The Angels fell 15-5 to the Padres in the Arizona League. On the mound, Tanaj Thomas trying to bounce back in his second start of the season for the Bristol Pirates. Thomas didn't even last an inning on opening night, and last night it wasn't too much longer. He went an inning and a third, giving up 3 runs, all earned on 3 hits, including a home run, a strikeout, and 3 walks, while suffering his second loss of the season. The Province Softball Association on the diamond last night, the men out first. The Chances Mighty Mitts winning big over the Renegades, 27-7.
We're a good team, but we still can't sleep. We got to work hard and go there. And it's only 4 teams. Everyone got to make it to the playoffs, and we got to dance there.
Pitching has been our problem, obviously, but we're trying to get the young guys consistent, give more effort when they're playing games. We're trying to get everybody to come out and just give 100% every time. We're going to have a practice as soon as possible. We want the guys to get more consistent with hitting the ball, feeling the ball, making sure that everything is done, trying to get them on the level that they need to be. We communicate most of the time. The guys are always in contact with me or one of the other coaches, trying to get better, want to get better. We're watching videos as much as we can, practicing and watching and seeing how it's done.
The ladies' feature game much closer, but when the dust settled, it would be the Sunshine Auto Wildcats picking up a 9-6 win over the Brockettes. League play picks back up again tomorrow night. Jonquil Jones and the 9-2 Connecticut Sun continuing their 3-game road swing at the 2-8 Dallas Wings tonight after having their 7-game win streak snapped on Sunday in Chicago by the Sky. Jones continues to lead the WNBA in rebounds at 11.5 per game. She's also 6th in scoring at 16.7. And that will do it for sports. The Bahamas Tonight comes back after the break.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.